Time y'all meeting me. You see what I'm saying? Don't think you met me before. Okay? And I want to introduce you to me. I'm just getting to know me. God is changing me. I'm changing because that's a natural part of life.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Sha. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're a returner, welcome back. Your girl is back and she is ready. Happy new year. I am so sorry that I dropped the ball on Vlogmas. Like, it just wasn't it for me at the time. There was a lot going on, y'all, but we're on to bigger and better things. I'm super excited to hop into what I have in store for YouTube this year and to take y'all on that journey with me. First off, let's pump the brakes on that clip. When I tell you that clip like spoke to me so much, I didn't even expect to see it. I was scrolling on Instagram one day, like in my feelings, heavy as usual, and it just like yelled at me. It just speaks to how life is just always evolving and always changing, and that's something that we need to come to terms with, at least speaking for myself. Like, yes, I know change is constant, but when things are changing, sometimes I'm like, what is happening right now? Like, what is going on? So I needed to really just take some time to recenter and reset myself to understand that the things that I'm going through are setting me up for something greater. And I'm just so excited to take y'all on the journey. As you can see, I have a new outlook for my channel. Yes, I'm going to be talking about beauty, lifestyle, hair, just like me, but my most important goal for YouTube this year is to just authentically show up as myself. I want to show up as my most authentic self and not try to be like a perfect, like show a perfect world and only my highlight reels. Am I gonna be crying on the gram? Absolutely not. But I'm also not going to just only post when I'm happy or only post when I am on vacation. Like, I just want to show y'all that I am a human being too. If I'm not feeling something someday, or if I'm not feeling it that day, I'm going to share that. If I'm not, like, and it's not for views, it's not for likes. Like, I just want social media to be relatable again. Like, there are parts of social media that are still relatable, but then other parts where I'm like, is this the life you really live or the life you're showing for the gram? Because, my gosh, I really want to promote that authenticity that I feel is lacking on social media a lot nowadays. At least I didn't feel like I could be authentic because it seemed like such a perfect world on social media, and that's not always the case. So today's video is going to be the first video of a new series that I'm going to be starting called Reset with Me. You know, the girls on YouTube are going crazy for the reset, so I had to jump on in because I love those videos. I just like to see people develop themselves in different ways, and I want to be a part of that. So I'm hopping on. Okay, so we resetting with Sha. That's what we're doing right now. I wanted to start this reset series because I am in a place in my life where I am trying to think about the things that I have been doing to myself that have been causing me harm. Things like negative self-talk, lack of consistency, lack of accountability for myself, just a lot of things that I never used to do that I did a lot of in 2021. And it was because there was just a ton of things that happened in my life in 2021, and I kept using that as an excuse for not feeling like myself. And it went on for way too many months, honestly. It just was too many months. So I'm going to be talking about that in this video, and I just want to start off by saying, like, it's kind of a tough topic for me to talk about. So if I do start to ramble, please forgive me. Other videos will have like more vlog type actions in them where I'm showing you what I'm doing to reset. So this is just an introductory video. Thank you so much. In 2021, the start of 2021 was a little bit rocky for me. Not entirely crazy, but like the end of 2020 didn't end so hot for me. So I had to take the time to just really get myself together. So that's why I went to Aruba for my 30th, and turning 30 was a lot. Like, turning 30 hit me in a different way than I expected it to because of pressures I was putting on myself. And those pressures, yes, they like derive from societal pressures that we all have, but like by 30 I kept seeing like, you should have this and you should have that and you should have this, and I'm like, I don't have any of those things. Like, I don't have any of them. So what does that mean? What does that mean for me? I didn't know at the time, but of course I beat myself up about it, and it just kept breaking me down. So like in February, I took a social media cleanse, and it was mainly just an Instagram cleanse, because sometimes Instagram is just a lot. Like, you just, the stories, the reels, the posts, like, it was a lot for me. So I needed to pause, and I really only focused on YouTube during that time. I took a pause to really just gather myself, and I was in a good place for those 2 months. Like February and March, I was happy. Like, I was really, really good. And then I got a new job in a new city. As y'all know, I live in DC, and I've always wanted to live in DC since like 2018, but I never brought myself to the point of like actually moving through with it. It was always like, oh, you have an offer on the table, but I don't feel too good about this offer. And I listen to those feelings and that intuition because I know that there's a reason, and I know that God is going to set me up for something and it not feel confusing, which is what he did. So in 2021, when I got this role, it just felt like it was supposed to happen this way. It's like with a great organization that I like. I love my job right now and my coworkers, so I'm in a good place now, but it took me a little bit to get there. So when I first moved, I was super excited to be in a new city, of course. Like, there was just so much to see. I already knew that DC was such a vibe. I wanted to, you know, go to brunch, do all of this stuff that I did when I visited here. But why didn't anybody tell me that moving to a new city just like hits you a little bit? Like, I didn't expect for it to hit me the way it did, and I didn't expect for me to feel so down sometimes. Like, so when I first moved, I was just like overwhelmed by it all. Overwhelmed by furniture shopping. Having an apartment with like, starting from scratch in your apartment, I had nothing, y'all. I just brought the clothes on my back. That's it. That's all I packed with. Okay, not on my back, but like the clothes that I have in my closet. That's all that I brought. Everything else was from scratch, like just brand new. So that was overwhelming because of like delays with furniture, cost. Like, it's so expensive. It's so expensive. I was happy that I was able to cross off 2 things on my list of like living on my own and getting a new job in a new city. But golly, it was just a lot. So there were times where I would, yes, on Instagram, like you would see me out with friends at brunch and lit. Like, it was fun. But also when I came home, there were some times where I was just like on my couch, and I'm staring at my couch as I'm talking about this. We had some really good times. But on my couch, binge watching shows like all day, every day, not wanting to go anywhere, and just watching shows that either made me super happy, reminded me of a happier time. I don't know. It just wasn't a great space for me to be in long term. Like, I would go to work, like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't one of those types of, I'm not leaving, but if I could be home and I didn't have to leave, best believe I was home. Okay, y'all, just a quick pause. As I'm editing this video, I realized that I kind of lost the essence of what I wanted to say, so I'm just gonna backtrack a little bit. Don't mind, I'm still wearing my favorite scrunchie. It's just a whole new day, okay? But so the reason why I titled this video is DC for me is because I had those thoughts when I first moved here, or maybe like a month or 2 into when I first moved, because I didn't feel at home. Like, I don't know if DC is gonna be my forever home, but I also want to embrace the moment, and I know that God put me here for a reason. And instead of me just feeling like, I feel uneasy, I don't this change is a little too much. I want to embrace that change and really push through it, because oftentimes I'm the type of person where if something is too hard or I'm not feeling it, I'm like, let me figure out a way around it. I'm not saying I would give up, because obviously I've accomplished difficult things in my life, yes, but this just felt weird. Like, I didn't feel at peace with my apartment. When I first secured my apartment, I was so excited, like, oh my gosh, I finally got the apartment that I really want. And when I got here, I started nitpicking at every little thing and saying, like, I don't even like this apartment, when in actuality I just haven't figured out a way to make it feel like Sha. And that is something that I am working on tremendously this year, and I already feel a lot better. I've played around with furniture a lot, sold a lot of furniture already, a lot. Don't judge me, I'm very indecisive and I'm also working on that, but I think that I am at a better place now because I'm making my space feel more like me and not constantly comparing it to apartments I see on Instagram or on TikTok and like grabbing whatever just doesn't feel like me because it's trendy. Like, it's been a process. It's been a process. I also thought a lot about like what I should be doing out here. And I had to give myself grace and realize that you live in a new city. Like, it is okay if you're not out and about at every single event. It is fine. Like, you will develop your sense of self in this new city. You will make new friends. You'll build relationships with old friends. I was just trying to force everything so quickly, and I don't know why I felt like I was on like a time constraint. Like, you need to accomplish all of these things in this 1 year of living in DC. I've only been here for 8 months so far, which, wow, flew by. But I've been here for 8 months, and I want to say 5 to 6 of those months were me just like being in my feelings. Yes, I would go out here and there, but the bulk of it, when I was home or just like with myself, I would always be comparing it to where I want to be, or I should be doing this, or just not accepting what I have in this moment. And that is why I'm trying to practice gratitude on a daily basis, because I'll put this quote here that my friend sent me. Hey Cam. Cam sent me, and it resonated with me so much to the point where I am literally actively thinking about gratitude every single moment of the day. I have to list the things that I'm grateful for, because not everyone has what I have, and me overlooking that, somebody wishes that they had what I have, and I am just like overlooking it and think that there's better. There's nothing wrong with wanting more in your life. However, if you're not grateful for what you currently have, you will never receive more. Like, you're always going to be like, I want. Blinded by the one. Got that from Sarah Jakes. So in navigating my issues, that is how I developed these 4 core goals that I have for this year that we're gonna talk about later. Just wanted to do a quick little clarification because I was doing a lot of rambling in the last part. So let's get back to the main part of the video. So it just wasn't a really good place for me to be in, and I don't like to throw this word out, but I do feel like I was slightly depressed because of just like all of the negativity I was putting on myself. Like, I wasn't, and sometimes like I'm not crying on social media. Like, that's just not for me. I don't want to cry, but I did have moments where I was crying like by myself, and I know if my parents are watching this, they're gonna be like, why didn't you tell us? I'm like, because there are some things that I just need to go through with me, and like now I'm in a better place to like share about it. And I can't even like, I don't even like telling people that I was crying, because I don't even know why. Like, I don't know why I was crying. Like, I really don't know why I was crying. I was just sad, and it was weird. It was so weird. But anyway, whatever. So during that time, I also started to have a lot of imposter syndrome. It was a new role. Like, I just got out of teaching and I did recruiting for like a little bit at a smaller organization, but now this organization is huge. So I'm like handling 6 schools on my own, and I was like, do I know what I'm doing? Like, do I know how to do this? And I would like talk to principals. Sometimes, like, I think like when I started off, there was like one shaky conversation that I had where I was like, oh damn, okay. But then afterward, like, I was able to get in my own groove and like show them, kind of like prove myself and be like, no, I do know what I'm doing. And I needed to take some time to like believe that for me, believe it in myself first before I could get anybody else to believe it. So that has been a journey, and I am in a much better space now as well. And I feel like I can talk about this now because I am in a better space, but I want to start this reset series to like really talk through anything that I'm going through with y'all in real time, because it just feels more like me and it feels more relatable. Yes, I'm going to be cautious of things that I do share on social media because everybody on here is not my friend. I feel like there's just a lot to be said still. That took a lot for me to say, but I'm good. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.